Washington, D.C. isn't just an office and museum park for the United States government. It's a big city full of international flair and an incredible neighborhood scene. Here on A Sense of Travel, I aim to document all 5 senses of as many cities, countries, and natural wonders around the world as I possibly can. But today, I want to mix things up a little bit. In the 3rd episode of my Travel Trivia series, we're looking at 10 interesting facts about a city that includes, but is far more than just, politics, marble monuments, and cherry blossoms. Washington, D.C. Number 1. We're technically not a city, or a state, or a county, but we act as all 3. The District of Columbia is a federal district that isn't part of any state, and there actually isn't a City of Washington government. There's a movement to obtain statehood for Washingtonians, with the D.C. in the name changing from the District of Columbia to the Douglas Commonwealth, honoring abolitionist Frederick Douglass. Number 2. At one point, the Washington Monument, which is the centerpiece of the National Mall, was the tallest structure in the world. At 555 feet tall, it's still pretty remarkable. I like to think of it as our Eiffel Tower. Number 3. Speaking of the Eiffel Tower, you may find that DC shares a lot of characteristics with Paris, albeit far less dense, and that's because Pierre L'Enfant, who led the design of the city's street grid, was a French architect and native. Number 4. There are over 3,000 cherry blossom trees on and around the tidal basin near the National Mall, and each one was gifted to the United States by the mayor of Tokyo in the early 20th century. Number 5. Washington, D.C. is one of the largest cities in the U.S., but when you look at its skyline, you might not realize it. And that's because skyscrapers aren't really allowed to be built in the city. Now, a misconception is that nothing can be taller than the Capitol Dome, but the reality is that in 1910, Congress evoked a height restriction that generally keeps buildings at 130 feet or less on commercial streets and 90 feet or less on the residential streets. Number 6. The United States isn't really known for having strong public transit, but Washington, D.C. and its Virginia and Maryland suburbs have the 2nd busiest metro system in the country, only behind New York City. The brutalist, space-age stations are also far more grand than the subway stations in New York. Number 7. D.C. is home to the world's largest library. The Library of Congress, both beautiful and grand, is home to over 175 million cataloged items. Number 8. Washington, D.C. is a purpose-built city. In other words, it was designed to be the federal capital of the United States. Before D.C.'s creation in 1801, Philadelphia, New York City, and Annapolis, Maryland served as America's seat of government. Number 9. D.C. is home to the largest plurality of Black Americans of any major city and once held the nickname of Chocolate City. Many of D.C.'s cultural staples like go-go music and mumbo sauce come from the district. Number 10. The Washington National Cathedral sits right up there with the St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City as one of the few cathedrals built in the European Gothic style here in the United States. It's also the 22nd largest church building of any sort in the entire world. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to the capital of one of the most influential countries on the planet than just 10 fun facts, but hey, if all goes well, your curiosity on the district has been sparked. To dive in deeper to Washington, D.C., check out some of my Washington, D.C. neighborhood walks right here, or just click on the link in the description. Otherwise, I hope you got some good info out of today's video, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.